Welcome all for the video tutorial on artificial neural network, which is our third module, and we'll see the fourth session here, the third module, which is appropriate problem for neural network learning. We'll see where do we use ANN. We use ANN for a real-time example where the system involves training of large data, that is noisy data, the complex sensor data, or the when we need to analyze the inputs from the cameras and microphones. Okay, what is actually happening in artificial neural network? We are going to train a machine with the data set. Okay, you will be trained, your machine will be already trained with the data sets, and whenever an input is given to the machine, it is going to compare that input with the trained data set, and when the input and your matches with your trained data set, it is going to give you the prediction, or it is not, it is going to give you the output as false. This is how artificial neural network is trained. For example, when an image of a cat and dog is given to the uh, prediction model, it has to determine whether the given input is a cat or dog. So how do you do this? How do we implement this? We would have implemented this by training the lots of images of both cats and dogs. Your machine, we will be training the machine with the images of more and more number of images of dogs and cats, and your machine would have learned. Now after training, the machine would have learned the images and features of a dog and cat. So whenever you give an input, it is going to identify that feature with already trained data in the data set. So what is data set? The data set is the data corresponding to the features corresponding to the given input. Okay, that you would have already trained and you store that as a data set. So whenever we give an input, whenever for example we are giving an image of a cat, that image will be compared with the data which is already there in the database, and now the machine is capable of analyzing the cat. If not, it is going to compare the features of both the input given and the uh, data set. If not, it is going to give you the prediction as false. So you are going to implement, we are using this concept we are using in speech recognition, learning robot and visual scenes. We are implementing this, and you can implement your artificial neural network when you have a training samples with error. Example, you would have trained your machine with the data sets, and in few cases it may not predict the output. It may not predict the output. For example, if I am giving the image of a cat, since the feature what I give, so if the image of a cat, you can give it in the various angles. Okay, if I give an image of a cat which is jumping, so I would not have trained my mission with the image of a jumping cat. So when I give the image of a cat which is in the jumping motion, mission may not detect it as a cat. So the output prediction what you get will be not an accurate one. So this you can implement even artificial neural network for those set of kinds of data. So in that case, what happens when you don't get the expected output, it will back propagate. Back propagators, it will be from the output layer. As the prediction is wrong, it goes back to the input layer, and it is going to change. The convolution will be changed with the different sets of weight. Since the weight what we have chosen for convoluting doesn't yield you the expected output, it propagates back and it changes with the different sorts of weights. And the architecture of artificial neural network is, we have input layer followed by a hidden layer or the output layer. So input layer, the images or a signals, that input data what we give, will be giving that to the input layer. We will not give the entire image. If it is an image, okay, if you are giving an image as the input data, we are not going to give the entire image through one node. We will be differentiating that with different features or the measurements or values that we have pertaining to it, and we give that in each and every node. We separate the input into different features and we give that in the several nodes, and next that is given to your hidden layer. So hidden, the other name for the hidden layer is intermediate layer or an invisible layer. Now what happens here, the convolution function takes place. Okay, from the input obtained from the previous layers, from the output obtained from the previous input layer, now the convolution function takes place. We apply few mathematical concepts over here for convoluting it, and usually this is done through the algorithms. We have several algorithms to carry out this task, and we implement the algorithm to convolute it, and finally we reach the output. With the obtained output, your application will be predicting the output. Usually your output will be in the Boolean form, either as 1 or 0. Whenever you obtain the output as 1, it represents the prediction as true. Whenever you obtain the output as 0, it predicts the output as false. And you can further classify your artificial neural network with its composition. We have 4 types of classification. First is single layer feed forward network, then we have multi-layer feed forward network, then we have recurrent or feed forward network, and finally we have mesh network. First we'll see why it is termed as feed forward architecture or feed forward network. Here we are going to feed what is fed here. We are going to feed the input to the each and every layer. That is what you have the name feed. And why it is termed as forward, we are progressing from the input layer to the output layer. That we starts with input layer and we progress, and that we start with input layer. The output of that input layer is given to the intermediate layer, and from that intermediate layer it is given, output of that is given to the output layer. We are progressing forward. That is why we are feeding the input for each and every layer and we are progressing forward. That is why it is termed as feed forward architecture. The first is single layer feed forward architecture. Here we have only, it is a shallow network. Okay, we have only one hidden layer here. Okay, we have input layer followed by only one hidden layer, and then you have an output. Okay, so we have your n number of inputs to the m outputs. Your network is shallow. What is shallow here? We have only one layer of hidden layer, and your information here will be flowing from, it flows in single direction, that is from your input layer to the output layer. This is about your single layer feed forward architecture. You have a single layer of single layer and intermediate layer, and all your inputs, it is composed of n number of inputs, and you get the m outputs for the given set of n inputs, and the information flow is one directional, is unidirectional. It flows from input layer to the output layer. This is what the architecture of a single layer feed forward architecture. We have x1, x2 up to xn input, and this is given to the hidden layer, and you have only one layer and you get the output from that. Okay, you have only one hidden layer and you obtain the output from that hidden layer. Okay, in multi-layer feed forward architecture, we have this deep neural network. We have many number of hidden layers. The previous architecture we have only one hidden layer, but in multi-layer neural network we have several number of hidden layers. See, this is the architecture of a multi-layer feed forward architecture. See, you have one input layer x1, x2, x3 up to xn, followed by two hidden layers. We have first hidden layer, you apply a convolution function over there, and the output of that is given to the next layer of second layer of hidden layer, and output of that will be finally given to the output layer. This is the multi-layer feed forward architecture. The next type is recurrent feedback architecture. Here, whenever you don't get the expected output, when you don't get the expected output, you will be progressing back. Okay, usually last two methods, it is of single unidirectional. It starts from input layer to the output layer, but in this recurrent or feedback architecture, whenever you don't get the expected output, it will be back propagating and it will be trying with different sorts of weight. So since the output obtained from the previous weight does not yield you the expected output, now it changes the weight and it convolutes. So this is an example for this is an architecture for feedback architecture. Input is given. When it doesn't get the expected output, it is given back to the hidden layers and the convolution takes place again with the different sorts of weight. This is all about your third session. Thank you all.